Hello and welcome to this Pilates session for juniors. My name's Helena and I'm a Pilates teacher and a children's physio based here in Swansea. Before taking part in this Pilates session, please make sure that you've got a clear, safe environment to exercise in. Also, make sure that you've got a grown-up nearby to help you if needed. Remember, listen to your body and only do the exercises that you are comfortable doing. And if you have got any concerns or any questions, have a chat with a physio that recommended these exercises to you. And most importantly, enjoy the session. Hi and welcome to this Pilates session, which is suitable for children aged 8 to 10 years old. In this session, we're going to be thinking about all things related to the sea. And we're going to start standing up, lovely and tall, thinking about how we're breathing and imagining that we are breathing like the waves of the sea as we take a big breath in. And we let that breath out, imagining the wave rolling back out to sea. And as you take a big breath in, the wave is crashing into shore. And then that wave is going back out. We're going to add some arms to that as well. We're going to imagine that wave is rolling to shore as we go up onto our tiptoes as well. And that wave is rolling back out. And again, up onto those tiptoes, that wave is rolling into the shore. And let that wave roll back out. One more time. Big arm reaches, imagining you are that wave. And letting that wave roll back out. Now we're going to pretend that we are the waves. So just make sure that you are standing with a good bit of space in front of you, ready for when we do go onto the mat. We're going to take a big breath in, and as you let that breath go, we're rolling forward as if we're the waves of the sea rolling into the shore, and then we're curling over just like the waves of the sea, a bit forward, and then we're curling round and coming back up as that wave goes back out to the sea. And again, we're rolling down like the waves roll to the shore. Curling that spine, imagining the waves curling over, crashing against the shore. And then the wave goes back out to sea as you come back up nice and tall. One more time. We're rolling forwards, roll, 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 as that wave curls to shore. And then as that wave curls round and goes back out to sea. Well done. This time we're going to roll all the way down onto the floor. Roll, roll forwards, all the way down. And then make sure that you've got a little folded towel or a head cushion just to support your head as you roll and lie down onto your back. Now, we are going to think about the sand that we're lying on now, because as well as the sea, I always think of the beach if I think about the sea. So we're going to lie with our arms long by our sides, making sure this part of us, our middle and our pelvis, stays lovely and still. We are going to slide our feet along the sand as if we're making big long ridges into the sand as you glide your heel back towards your bottom. And then we're going to slide the other leg away into the sand. And then we're going to slide that heel back towards your bottom as you make a big ridge down into the sand. We're going to slide that foot away from you again through the sand. And then glide that heel back towards your bottom. And again, we're going to slide that foot away from you. And we're going to glide it back towards you. And we're going to add some arms to that as well. So as you slide that foot away from you into the sand, we're going to reach those arms overhead and we are going to slide our arms down along the sand back by our sides. And as we slide the other foot away from you, we're going to reach our arms overhead. And as you glide that heel back towards your bottom, making a long ridge in the sand, you're going to sweep your arms around along the sand back down by your side. We'll do that one more time for each side. Glide that heel away from you, reach those arms overhead, and as you glide that heel back towards your bottom through the sand, sweep those arms back down by your side. One last time, slide that heel along away from you, reach those arms overhead, and slide that heel back through the sand as you sweep the sand back down by your side. Now, I think we've got sand all over our feet, so we want to pick our feet up into the air and do a little toe wiggle to get the sand off our toes. And then we'll pop our foot gently back onto the sand. And then let's pick the other foot up into the air and let's wiggle our toes to get the sand off. And let's place that foot back onto the floor. Keep a little check on this part of you that it stays lovely and still and doesn't wibble and wobble side to side and forwards and back. Little wiggle of those toes, get the sand off those toes. Lovely, one more the other side. Well done, wiggle of those toes, get the sand off the toes. Now, we're going to keep that leg up and we're going to bring the other one up as well. And this time, we are going to tap one foot down towards the floor and see if we can get a pebble from the beach and then bring it back up. And then we're going to tap the other foot down towards the floor and see if we can get a pebble off the beach and bring it back up. And let's see if we can go again. We're going to tap the other foot down towards the floor, see if you can get a pebble and bring it back up. And if that's a bit tricky for your tummy and your back, you can see if you can get the pebble a bit closer to your bottom. So you can tap your feet down closer to your bottom and bring a pebble and bring it back up. And then tap the foot down towards your bottom and bring a pebble and bring it back up. And we've got one more each side. We're going to tap down and get a little pebble and bring it back up. And one more. Let's get a little pebble and bring it back up. Fantastic, well done. Let's pop one foot back down, imagining our feet are going down into the shallow water of the sea. Now we're going to see if we can make a big print of our whole spine in the sand. So let's have our feet a bit closer to our bottoms and we're going to roll our backs into the sand to make a big sand print. And then we're going to peel our spines all the way up just to there. And then as we put them down, we were imagining each bone of our spine making a print in the sand underneath, bone by bone, all the way back to the start. And let's go for that again. We're going to roll our backs into the sand to make a sand print. Roll all the way up. And then we're going to imagine each bone of our spine making a big print in the sand, one at a time, all the way back down to the start. And again, we're going to roll back into the sand, all the way up, 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 up. And then last time, we're going to come all the way back down onto the sand, bone by bone by bone, all the way back down. Fantastic, well done. Let's tuck our knees into our chest and give ourselves a little wiggle and a little stretch. Next, we are going to go over onto our tummies. Now, when I think of the sea, one of the things I think of is swimming in the sea. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to swim in the sea. So we're going to pop our forehead against our towel. And we are going to put our arms down by our sides. And you might want to put a little towel or a pillow underneath your lower tummy or the top of your hips, just to help your back stay nice and still and long. So we're going to start with a little bit of swimming. So we are going to open up our chest and reach our arms out to the water. And then we're going to pop them back down. And again, we're going to reach our arms out of the water and pop them back down. And I want you to really think about breathing in that lovely fresh sea air with all of these exercises. Now this time, what we're going to do is we're going to come up and out of the water and imagine that we are splashing the seawater each side of us. Splash, splash, splash. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. And again, we're going to reach those arms away from the floor and splash that seawater. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. And let's do one more set. We're going to reach those arms and splash. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready for our next lot of swimming, because we're getting a bit deeper into the water now. So we're going to have our arms down around by our sides like this. And we're going to start with leg kicking. So we're going to reach one leg away from the floor and back down. Imagining we are kicking our legs through the seawater. One at a time, nice and carefully, keeping lovely and still along your lower back. You're doing really, really well. One leg at a time. And then what we can do is we can add some arms to that if we want to swim a little bit deeper in that water. So let's practice with those arms first. We're going to reach one arm up and glide it forwards nice and long. And then bring it back. And then we're going to reach the other arm up and glide it forwards really long. And bring it back. And back to the first one. Arm nice and long forwards. And bring it back. And again, the other arm. Nice and long forwards. Now, if you're feeling really ambitious, let's see if we can do our arms and our legs. So we're going to reach one arm and it will be the opposite leg. So we're going to reach that arm and reach that leg out behind. And I think we're going to get some good swimming going here in the sea. Big reach of that arm and big reach of the opposite leg. That's it. Fantastic, well done. And don't forget to keep the rest of you nice and still when you reach that arm and that leg. Nice, still bodies. Lovely, well done. Now, I think we better start heading back to the seashore. So let's turn around and swim all the way back to the beach. One more on each side. And last one. Fantastic, well done. Oh, let's have a chance to recover after all of that swimming. We're going to sit back onto our heels. Rest our heads down and we are going to wobble side to side as if we're bobbing along in the water. Side to side. Nice reach through those arms to give our muscles in our shoulders a lovely stretch and our tailbone reaching down towards our heels to give our backs a lovely stretch as well. Now, on the seashore, not far from the sea, I've spotted some starfish. So let's see if we can collect some. So we're coming onto all fours, hands just a bit further forward than our shoulders, and our knees are under our hips. And we're going to take one hand and we're going to reach in between the other hand and the other leg and grab a starfish. And then we're going to pop it in a bucket next to us. And we're going to reach again the same side and see if we can get another one. We're going to grab a starfish and we're going to pop it in the bucket next to us. And again, let's see if we can get another one. There's lots of starfish on the seashore. And pop it in the bucket next to us. Well done. And again, let's reach across. I think we've got one more this side before we see if we can catch them the other side. Let's reach through. Oh, that's the last one. Brilliant. Now let's see if we can catch some the other side. So we're going to reach through, see if we can get a starfish. That's it. Pop it in the bucket next to us. And again, reach through, grab the starfish and pop it in the bucket. And again, reach through. I think we've just got two more that we need to get this side. So we're going to reach, see if we can reach nice and far with a lovely stretch through that arm and that middle of your back. And we've got one last starfish to get. Well done. Fantastic. Now, we've done a lot of swimming and a lot of reaching for starfish. Now we're going to come up nice and tall on our knees and we're going to pretend that we are mermaids. So we're going to slide one arm down one thigh and we're going to sweep the other arm up, up, up and reach tall to the ceiling. Look to the back of your hand for a big deep breath. Imagine that sea air filling those lungs. And then we're going to come back down nice and tall. And we're going to slide that arm down and sweep the other one up into a big mermaid stretch. Nice and tall. Lovely. And back down. And again, one more each side. All the way back up. Big reach. Lovely. And back down. And again, one last one. Fantastic. Now, what else do you think of when you think of the sea? Well, I think there might be some boats out to sea. So we're going to have a look and see if we can see any boats. So we're going to put our looking glasses on and we're going to look around this way. No boats there. And we're going to look around the other way. No boats there. We want to stay nice and still here so we don't topple over. We're going to look around this way. Any boats there? No, nothing there. Anything over there? No, I don't think there are any around. Let's come back up nice and tall. Pop your heels down and let your head and your shoulders and your arms hang nice and loose. And we're going to grow back up lovely and tall. Because it might be easier to see if there's any boats out to sea if we're growing up nice and tall. So we're going to bring our arms out and our legs out and we're going to put our looking glasses on again and we're going to search all the way out to the sea. Again, I can't see any boats today. Oh, it's very quiet out there. We're going to search. Can we see any boats? No, nothing there today. One more time each side, just in case we might have missed one. No, none that side. Anything the other side? No. Okay, back to the middle then. Now, we're going to test our balance a little bit as we wade into the water. So you can have your hands out to the side to help you a little bit. And we're going to pick one foot up. And we're going to pop those toes in. Let's test the water. Is it cold? Oh, is it a bit cold? Let's get those toes out. And let's pop that foot down. Should we test the water again with the other side? So nice and strong through that leg. Have your arms out if it helps to balance. And we're going to dip those toes into the water. Oh, it's a bit cold. Oh, let's bring that foot back. Let's try again. Let's try again. The sun's out, so maybe it might start warming the water up a little bit. Let's see if we can dip our toes into the water. Oh, well, not quite as cold that time. Let's try one more time. Let's see if we can dip these toes in. Oh, there we go. Ah, that's not so bad at all now. Let's see if we can wade into the sea. So we're going to make one arm up and one leg up. And we're going to wade and wade just a little bit deeper, just up to around about our waist. Now, I think that's deep enough. We're going to bring our arms out to help us, not topple. And we're going to come out and bob up and down into the water. The water's getting nice and warm now with the sun out. We're going to bob up and down, up and down, up and down. And we can even splash the top of the water with our hands. Tap, tap, splash, 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 splash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come up nice and tall out of that water. And let's see if we can walk back out of the water. Oh, it's a bit deep in this part. Let's walk nice and steady back out out of the water, out of the water. One more step, I think we'll be back on the shore. There we are. Now, we want to work some of these muscles a little bit harder with some swimming, but this time swimming on our side. I want you to imagine, even though we're standing, us swimming on our side using these legs. So we're going to start with this leg. We're going to have this leg out to the side. And we're going to do a big kick up and down. Up and down, nice and steady. Imagine that you are kicking that leg through the water, or using those muscles here in that leg. And we need to make sure that we kick the other leg as well, otherwise we won't be balanced. So we're going to come across that side, and we're going to reach the other leg out to the side now, and we're going to reach up and down, up and down. Well done. We're working these legs super hard, kicking through the water. Fantastic, everybody. Up and down one last time. Oh, well, we've worked really hard. All that swimming in the sea, all of that bobbing up and down. I think we need a real good rest. So we're going to roll all the way down. Roll, roll, roll. All the way down. We're going to make ourselves into a nice round shell on the seashore. And we're going to imagine that that seashell is bobbing on the sea now, floating away. And all I want you to think about is breathing nice and wide into your seashell. And then let that breath go. Big breath into that seashell. And let that breath go as you sway side to side. One more time each side. And well done. That brings us to the end of our sea session.